Hi, so in this video I'm going to show you how to read and write a CSV file with the help of Python Pandas library. So the CSV file that I'm going to read is right here. It has product column, SKU column, parent SKU column, price, color and description column. So I'm going to read this file and then sort some data and then export back to CSV file. Okay, so first thing, make sure that you have pandas and numpy installed, and if you have it installed, simply open your text editor or you can simply run your code right from the command prompt as well. Now I am typing this code into Sublime Text. You can use Notepad as well. So type in import pandas as pd and then import numpy as np. After that, let's create a variable msft that equals to pd dot read underscore csv. So this function will accept path to our file. So the path that I'm going to give it is on D drive, and this demo.py file is also stored on the same D drive, so it doesn't require any more details. Now once we are loading that file, we are going to read that particular variable which holds our CSV content. So simply type in print, and inside this method type in msft dot head method. Okay, now I'm going to minimize this and execute here python demo.py. Okay, so it is loading all those columns from CSV right here on console. Okay, now if you want to specify which is the index column, then it will sort accordingly. So simply use comma and type in index col equals to 0. So the 0th column becomes your index column. Now run the program again, and as you can see, product column becomes the first column from where our CSV file is printed on console. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to read the data type of each column. So let's check out that, and after this line simply type in print then msft dot dtypes. Okay, and load your program again, python demo.py. Okay, so it is loading our data as well as the data types. So it says SKU is object, parent SKU is object, price is integer, color is again object, and description is object as well. And it is leaving out our product column because we mentioned it as our index column, so it reads from the immediate next column. Okay, now we are going to load specific columns and then we are going to print the output. So what we're going to do is we are going to remove this index column, and instead we are going to write header equals to 0, and then I'm going to type in use goals equals to, and here I'm going to use an array that specifies my columns. So let's say price is one column and let's say color is another, and once we point those two, the next we are going to sort it with, let's say, index column equals to, and here I'm going to use price. You can also use product if you want. So that out of the way, let's check out the output of our program. Okay, so it is printing out price and color by using price as index column and only two of the columns from our CSV file. You can add one more if you want, price, color and description. Okay, so now that you know how to read the files, how to specifically go for index column by mentioning index column equals to 0, 1, or depending on the column name or number, and then we checked how to load specific columns. Now we will see how to save those specific columns into new CSV file. So simply type in msft.to_csv, and here I'm going to specify new name as sample2.csv, and here I'm going to use index_label equals to, let's say, date. Okay, now we are going to again print out msft.head for our previous CSV. Okay, and then we will change the program again and read our second CSV file, that with simply, let's say, data frame equals to pd.read_csv. Here we are going to name it sample.to.csv. okay, and then we are going to say print df.head. That's it. Okay, so now let me execute the program. So first thing it did is it printed out these two columns from our previous CSV files, and for that reason it didn't added index label for date. Okay, and for second it printed out the same two columns with addition of index label as date. Okay, so as you can see, it says date and then color. Okay, so now what we covered so far, I've shown you how to read CSV file using pandas, then I've shown you how to print out the contents of that CSV file, then we checked how to specify index column, then you checked how to load specific columns, and then finally we checked how to export that content into new CSV file, and we also printed out content of that file as well. So now we know how to read and write CSV file with help of Python's pandas module.